Yeah, some of us have double pairs of wet socks and still didn't help. There's no better place, though, to start with our first game of the week matchup than a great one right off the bat down south. One of the best teams in the WAC coming to visit one of the best in the state. Hayes, Derby, both teams that climbed deep into the playoffs in 2024. A great test for each here in week one. Let's get right to the action. A lot of talent in this game.
A lot of talent, lots on the line early in this season. A great litmus test for both these teams. Rain or shine, football is back. Speaking of running it back, recent rising star Holden Lynn breaks a few tackles, finds the gap, turns on the Jets. It's 7-0 Indians first drive. The rain won't stop the Panthers, though. Passing game still present. Christian Dorsey rolls out, flushed out of the pocket. Michael Castillo wide open, breaks some defenders' ankles, bobbles the football, brings it back in, and that is pay dirt. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. It's 7-7, 14-7. Derby just before the half. Hayes trying to tie it up before the chance. It's picked. It's going to be the same score heading into the half. We have to fast forward 20 seconds. 21-14 Derby. Hayes in the red zone. Zane Viegra does the impossible. That's Braxton Haskell. Double toe tap. They're going to go for 2 and try to win this game. Back to back, they go to the same pylon. The 2-point conversion for the win to put them up 5 seconds on the clock. Derby going to try for a Hail Mary, anything they can, but the Indians defense going to remain relentless. Call it an upset. Hayes gets it done. 22-21. Rachel Hallam is standing by with more from Coach Crow. What a game this was, Brandon. Crazy.
Yeah, we have learned with Hayes and Holden Lynn, never count out the Indians. One of the best backs in the entire state. It helps get the Indians a massive upset to start the season. Can't say anything less about it.
There you go. Rachel, what did it look like at Panther Stadium?
Yeah, absolutely, Brandon. You already talked about you can't count out Holden Lynn in this offense, but more so importantly, you have to never count out this Indians defense. That is exactly the only reason, really, why they stayed in this game, specifically in that second half. Crow talked about how this is probably the best game that they could ever have had to start a season, but also probably the best game that Hayes has ever produced out on the turf. Of course, they had to do it against one of the best teams in the state of Kansas, but like I said, that defense is really what kept them in this game. 21-7 to start the second half. It was not an easy uphill battle for this offense. They had many opportunities, specifically in that fourth quarter, because of the pressure their defense was putting on Derby's offense throughout the night, and that's exactly the whole reason why they were able to stay in this game.
I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, it's hard to come up with the words for it, but we kept stalling out a little bit on offense. We talked about all week long that you have to put up with Derby's runs. You have to find a way to kill their momentum. We found a way to kind of slow it down by doing some things with timeouts and just different things. But, man, our defense just kept coming up big, and big plays all over the place by all those guys on the defensive side. And Coach Keeley and his plan, I mean, just an amazing job all night long to keep us in the game, to give the offense a chance.
Coach Crow just basically in awe of everything that happened out here on the field up until that last 5 seconds of this game. Of course, that offense solid in that first half on all cylinders, really. But again, that defense really holding strong, keeping them in this game. Of course, it was a tough Derby team to beat. They're going to have to go even tougher against an Oklahoma team next week. But Crow is confident that they have that momentum from last season, of course, from tonight, heading into that game next week.
All right, thank you, Rachel. That's